Hey guys, welcome to another edition of GamingNight. Today we are going to be looking at Escape Room in a Box. This is the Kickstarter edition one. It's the first edition. And it's got 19 puzzles, 9 locks, and 1 hour you have to get out. And it's called the Werewolf Experiment. And first let me go out by saying that this is definitely a very interesting and nail-biting experience, because you're sitting here with what you think, like, unlike some of the other escape room games I've experienced. I played like the Stargazer Manor. It's like this one's a lot more not only unique but a lot more engaging, because the Stargazer one, you had like these little things you work, and it's like really hard to work with in a bigger group. This one, it can handle a bigger group, because there's a lot of stuff that you're going to be passing around. There's going to be a lot of stuff you need to analyze. I mean, literally everything in this game you're going to have to like analyze. Stuff that you don't think is even useful in this game. You just don't want to toss anything aside. You don't want to ignore anything. I mean, you really have to literally look, have the look like you normally would have. Like, you have to think literally outside the box in this game. There's a lot of like intriguing puzzles. Like, there's like hands-on puzzles. There's lateral. I think it's like lateral thinking. There's like logic puzzles. And just like stuff you'd find, like it's kind of like it had like that theme of like a classroom or like a lab. I mean, because a lot of the stuff in there was like really interesting take. There's like all these little puzzles integrated in, and they fit the theme very well. The whole trying to get out for everything from the aesthetics, the visuals, everything. There was like even some surprise moments that just like caught us completely off guard. One of the moments, I'm not gonna spoil it, but one of them my friend was working on got a key, got the one of the containers open, and I wasn't looking, and when she opened it, I literally just jumped, like, was startled when after she opened it. And when it was like there was a lot of these little aha moments in the game, like, and little surprises, like I mean, you literally have to have as a group really working together, and if you can't like solve a puzzle, you literally need to get someone else to look at it and see what you guys, because you really got to put stuff and sometimes when one person's working on one puzzle, someone else might have a different puzzle. That puzzle might come into effect to help with the puzzle that someone else is working on. So you really have to communicate very well, like okay, look, I'm missing some kind of information, and it's like it's got to be somewhere. You literally have to examine every little thing in this game. I mean, you have to like keep your eyes peeled. You got to like really think. It's a lot of engaging experiences in this game. It's very unique, and I'd say it's almost it's about right now. I think it's the best home version of an escape room right now out there. The second one is the Spin Master escape room. That's I've did an unboxing of that, but it came with 4 modules. I would really like to see these two girls. I can't think of their names right now. I'll put a link down below their Facebook, their website. But they did a really great job, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what other ones they come out with, because this was definitely worth the price. And then the fact they give you some repack kits, so you can, once you're done, you can hand it off to somebody else, or you can even be the host, and they give you how to go about doing that, to give hints and other things like that, so you can guide people to be like more like you're actually physically, you turn your house into the actual game itself. So, but only using the box, and you get a group of your friends. So there's that option. But once you solve this or fail to solve this, you're pretty much, it's pretty much a one and done experience. But even though it was only a one and done experience, it was a really well done one, and I wish I could go back and redo this actually, because the puzzles I didn't work on, I would love to seeing different angles of the other puzzles that are in there, like how they were solved, or like, hey, how did this person, we were discussing how do we, after it was done, we were discussing for a couple hours on how did you figure this out, and it was interesting. So even after the game was done, we were doing a lot of discussion and laughing at, like, geez, I wish we would have solved this like 2 minutes earlier, but we were like too wrapped up in the other information we have, so we missed this. So like we wasted like 2-3 minutes and we realized the information was right there, and it's like crap. So yeah, I really think they did a fantastic job. If you're able to get this edition, I would definitely recommend it. My fiance was like, there was one puzzle, and she's really good at those types of puzzles. I'm not going to spoil what kind it was, but it was like, she's like, it took her a little longer than she normally would. She was like, dang, it was not an easy one to do. And in some of the stuff you're working on, you're trying to figure out how much of this do you have to work on. I mean, there's like, oh, this looks like this, we only need this one. Then you find out later, if you don't do the rest of this puzzle, you're going to miss another clue or another thing to solve it. So you're literally sitting there just nail biting, clenching your teeth, and just, you're really all wrapped up in the experience, because you're like, it literally gets you, because you're like, okay, I got this and this, I'm missing this, where is it? And you got like 2 things that are locked up, and you need to get one of them unlocked, but you don't know which one you're going to be unlocking first. So you don't know if, okay, should I look for a key? Should I look for a combination? What do I do now? So, I mean, I was doing everything. I mean, like, there was a couple times when I was like, okay, I'm missing something. So we went back through all the stuff in the box and said, okay. And then my fiance, as I was going through things, she noticed something while I was going through stuff. She's like, look, I see something here. And she's like, we missed. So we picked it up and we used it and we got out. So, of that puzzle, but you don't have to have like a lot, like, I mean, there's all kinds of different puzzles, so like I think all different age groups will be good, pretty decent for this, but they recommend at least 14. I would say probably you probably go a little younger than 14, but I think it's more for the components of it. I mean, there's nothing like inappropriate or anything. I just think that the age group is, I think 14 is just, you don't want to have really little kids, but I don't know, just because of choking hazards and stuff like that, or maybe I don't know, but I think a 12 or 13-year-old probably could do this too. I don't know why 14 plus, but maybe the patience aspect of it, that's why they recommend an older age group, but I didn't really see anything that was not family friendly in this at all. So yeah, it was a really good experience. Yeah, so definitely not recommended for younger kids. So, I think this age group is just more or less just a suggestion. But I think a 12-year-old could probably do this. High school or around that, middle school, high school. But I wouldn't say like a really young kid, like 4 or 5. I probably wouldn't recommend just because of I think it's mostly because of logical puzzles might be missed on some of the younger people. But nothing to say that a parent can't help. I mean, shoot, there might be stuff a kid would find that an adult would have a hard time would be doing. Just like those math puzzles and stuff that they used to do, and we overthink things, but a kid might not. A younger kid might actually say, "Hey, let's try this." My nephew is definitely one of them. He's very smart for his age, and he probably would have figured out a few things before we did, but because he's got that mentality to do things differently than we do, so it's kind of interesting. So I just wanted to let you guys know, yeah, this was definitely an excellent game. There's a lot in it. We were discussing it for hours after we played this. We just, after we were done, we were like exhausted because it was just that intense. So I definitely give this two thumbs up. It was a lot of fun. Our group enjoyed it. It was a very good experience. Even if you didn't win, it would have been still a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to, like I said, repacking this back up with a repack kit. They give us like enough for like five more games. So I'm gonna give it to one friend, and then I'm gonna, when I get back, I'm gonna see if I can find someone else to give it to. So who knows? Maybe down the line, maybe we'll forget what we did and be able to go back into it and play it again or something down the road. Maybe when we completely forgot what the heck we were, what the puzzles were. But I don't know. Just the way the puzzles were, it's like I just don't think I could forget a lot of them because it's just they're very memorable puzzles. Like when you did solve them, you're like, it was like eureka moments. A lot of those. There's a lot of eureka and a lot of surprise moments. Anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry for the lengthy video. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on Escape Room in a Box. Everything in the game is really well done. The components are really good. The one advice I could probably give you guys if you get this version is with the locks. Once you solve the locks, make sure that the before you close them, the locks back up, make sure that the combination that you use to open them is the correct combination. Otherwise, you're going to have to. They kind of get really. I don't know how you say it, because you can change the combination. So I guess you could basically, change it up a little bit. I guess because the way the locks are, but I found that out because I bumped one of the numbers. So when I was then I just moved the number over and I realized that's what I did. So I just want to give that little advice to you guys, is once you get a code, right, and you open it up, remember get the code, put it back to where it was, and then close it right away. That way you don't have to worry about and then reset it, and then that way you can, when you do open it up, it'll be the correct code. But that's the only thing that was like our fault, because when we got excited, when you got something open, we moved it over to the side. Then when I was closing everything back up, I was like, and then I just ended up realizing when I put it in, moved the digit after talking with them, I moved the digit over 1, and that's what it was. It was like because of the. But no fault in the game. It was just our fault that we kind of got a little excited, and when we closed everything up, we didn't realize that's what happened. But I got it. It's easy. It's an easy fix. So yeah, this is fantastic. Definitely check it out. Once again, I thank you for watching.